We are back, and Mimi, as you look at these two teams, what do you see as the keys to the game?
Well, Tim, we talked to the coaches yesterday, and this is what they told us. For University of Tennessee, it always remains the same: rebounding, offensive execution, and they've got to play smart, on both ends of the floor. For Louisiana Tech, Leon Barmore knows that Edwards and Gordon are their high scorers. They've got to stop the guards. On Friday, they had balanced scoring from everyone against Texas, and that's what they'll need again this afternoon.
This is the 13th meeting between these two clubs. Louisiana Tech holds 11-1 record. To Pat Summitt's dismay, they played earlier this year, and Louisiana Tech won that one by 12. We're underway, and it's controlled by Tennessee. Tanya Edwards and the Lady Vols are on the board.
Tim, something I noticed right from the beginning, when they introduced Tanya Edwards, she was smiling like this was just another game to her. I think she's going to have a good afternoon.
Pat Summitt had her club here at the Irwin Center at 9 o'clock this morning, and they shot around. This is Weatherspoon, drives inside, basket won't go, fight for the rebound, and it's Tennessee. Sheila Sexton with the ball. She is a very composed point guard.
Louisiana Tech starts out their traditional man-to-man defense. There's going to be a lot of helping both inside and at the perimeter.
Edwards' shot won't drop. Rebound Horton, and they get it back outside to Sexton. Tough man-to-man defense by Weatherspoon. Sexton loses Weatherspoon and puts up another shot. This is Gordon. First turnover of the ball game, and Louisiana Tech gets it back. But Pat Summitt, who makes her 8th trip to the Final Four, is hungry for this one.
It's called mental preparation, Tim.
Weatherspoon penetrates. Lawson fires long range. Rebound Davis.
Angela Lawson was making those perimeter shots for them on Friday night, and again, they need a balanced scoring attack this afternoon.
Harrison with the turnaround in the lane, and we're tied. Interesting that time in the turnaround. Before she released the shot, Kathy Spinks went down, so already the game's getting physical inside.
Louisiana Tech is now in a 2-3 zone, which they played a lot of Friday night against Texas.
Sexton penetrates, gets the ball down low to Horton, who can't convert the Snowbird, and lost out of bounds by the Texters. Leon Barmore, what a job he's done. He's won 90% of his games at Louisiana Tech. He was the X&O guy for the 1981-82 National Championship when Sanja Hogue was the head coach. This is Edwards again, and it's 4-2, Tennessee.
No freshman jitters for Tanya Edwards this afternoon. She's hot right away.
She's having an excellent first year, but she is mature beyond her years, having played the United States team in the Junior Nationals. Weatherspoon. 4-4.
This is going to be a half-court game for both these teams. Both are capable of a transition game, but they're much more comfortable in their half-court.
We saw a run-and-shoot contest Friday night between the Lady Texters and Texas. And then, as you said, Tennessee played a half-court game and slowed things up against Long Beach. This is Weatherspoon.
And that's a transition that Louisiana Tech is very capable of performing.
So the Lady Texters have their first lead of the ball game, and we still have 17-10 remaining first half. Tim Brandt, Mimi Griffin with you from the Irwin Center in Austin, Texas.
Tennessee has such a strong inside game. As we mentioned earlier, they have at least 4 good, strong post players to throw inside there. Carla Horton, who just scored, being one of them. She's
a 6'2 junior from Kershaw, South Carolina. Weatherspoon, Lawson, and a whistle down low, and we'll go the other way.
Looked like a 3-second call in the lane on Louisiana Tech.
And I suspect we'll see several of those this afternoon.
A lot of this game is going to be played right in the orange paint.
Mimi, they are big and physical teams.
And they like it that way. They enjoy that type of style.
Bridget Gordon with the power move. Can't get it in. This is Weatherspoon. And the Lady Texters are running. Harrison. Rebound Gordon. Thought it was interesting that Cindy Brown came off the court the other night after they had lost to Tennessee of Long Beach. speech, and she said that it's a very physical team, and these Tennessee girls are corn-fed and hand-spanked.
I think she wasn't used to that type of physical game. Tennessee plays that way all the time.
Tanya Edwards is fouled, Mimi.
Louisiana Tech is capable of giving it right back to them, especially Nora Lewis, number 40, inside for Louisiana Tech.
I mentioned that Tanya Edwards played on the United States team at the Junior National. She also participated at the U.S. Olympic Festival. 3-time high school All-American. Shoots 80% from the free throw line. She has 4 points here this evening.
That experience that these top players get in the summer, Tim, is so valuable to them. I know it had a great effect on Bridget Gordon when she played with the national team this summer. Really helped her to come into her own offensively.
She misses them both, but the rebound by Gordon, and she banks it in. 8-6 Tennessee. 15:45 remaining first half.
Tennessee in their usual man-to-man aggressive defense.
Nora Lewis with the bank in. And we're tied again.
Nora Lewis is the big difference in the Louisiana Tech team this year. She's been a great asset to Tori Harrison, making her more physical inside.
Amy, where would a woman go when she finishes playing college basketball if she wants to continue playing basketball?
Well, there aren't very many alternatives, Tim, although Europe is an option, and we can get into that later on in the game as time allows.
Bridget Gordon's shot is strong. Rebound by Lewis. Outlet pass to Weatherspoon, and here comes Louisiana Tech. We're tied at 8. They lose it out of bounds. Tennessee basketball. That's the second turnover.
Good pressure defense by Tennessee. And Angela Lawson gave a good effort there trying to save the ball out of bounds.
So we're off to a good start. With 14:51, we've got timeout on the floor with our score, Tennessee 8, Louisiana Tech 8. We are all looking forward to that game tomorrow night. Indiana and Syracuse from New Orleans. Here we have a tie ball game. Louisiana Tech 8, Tennessee 8. 14:51 remaining first half. The NCAA Women's Basketball Championship. Tim Grant, Amy Griffin with you from the Irwin Center on the campus of the University of Texas.
Louisiana Tech's man-to-man defense really affected them in the last game they played.
Weatherspoon with the steal, whistle and foul, and the bucket will go. She is some kind of quick.
Provides a tremendous amount of spark both offensively and defensively for this Louisiana Tech team. She not only creates her opportunities on the steal, but she follows through with it with a great move to the basket here. Protects the ball as Shelly Sexton hangs on her arms and is able to convert the basket.
Look how strong she was.
That's one of the points that was made yesterday when we interviewed the coaches. Is her strength is incredible.
Weatherspoon leads the team in steals and is the all-time school leader. She broke the record this year with over 105 steals. She converts the three-point play, and Louisiana Tech leads 11-8. Weatherspoon now has 7 points.
Tech has extended their full-court man-to-man defense now to provide pressure on Tennessee's team.
Inside, power move. It's blocked by Harrison. Gordon can't get the shot. Tanya Edwards finally puts it in.
Rebounding is one of the keys we mentioned for Tennessee, and they're taking advantage of the offensive boards. They're able to get 2 and 3 shots in there, Tim. Tech has to stop that if they're going to stop Tennessee.
Weatherspoon directs the offense. Harrison can't control it, but it's knocked out of bounds, and last touch Horton. So it will be Louisiana Tech ball. Dawn Marsh comes in, replacing Sexton, and Kathy Spinks will sit down as well.
Tim, although these teams are very similar in style, the big difference is their depth of bench. Tennessee goes 9-10 players deep, whereas Tech only goes 7 or 8 players.
Now Sheila Frost came in for Spinks, and I want to ask you, as we see the foul called against Nora Lewis, I want to ask you if Pat Summitt may have seen something that she wants to adjust to. Now Frost comes in, another big, strong girl right there. And she actually tells everybody that she's the intimidator, the enforcer, loves to knock people around inside.
I think what Pat's trying to do at this point is just keep the players fresh. She knows it's a very physical game inside, and that's as tiring as a transition game, Tim. So she's got to keep those post players coming in and out to tire Tori Harrison for Louisiana Tech Day.
Yeah, I think the reason she put in Dawn Marsh at the point, maybe, is for the ball handling against the quick hands of Weatherspoon's defense. Turnaround by Frost. And Tennessee jumps back into the lead, 12-11.
Another difference with Sheila Frost as opposed to Kathy Spinks is Sheila is a much bigger offensive threat than Kathy is.
Let's watch Weatherspoon work. The foul's going to be on Tanya Edwards. She just ran over Tori Harrison, who set the pick.
Now that part of the blame there lies on Sheila Frost. They have got to call those picks earlier so that Tanya has a chance to either fight over the pick, go over top, or else slide through.
That's Edwards' first personal foul, and it is the second team foul against Tennessee. Tori Harrison. Rebound Frost. And here come the Vols. This is Edwards on the baseline. Can't score. Fights for the ball. They call a jump, and the possession arrow is in favor of the Texters.
Tanya Edwards is really starting out strong this first half. One of the things that's really stopping Tori Harrison offensively down low is that Sheila Frost is doing a good job initially on her, but when it does get over Sheila's head, Carla Horton's coming from the weak side to provide help.
Tennessee packing the defense into the paint. Lawson with the jump shot. Followed by Harrison, and Harrison scores. Louisiana Tech by one.
One of the things about that smaller ball, Tim, is that it rebounds much more lively off of the rim. And Tori Harrison, although she didn't have position, the ball came back out to her.
Frost turnaround jumper is short. Lawson takes the rebound and hands it back to Weatherspoon. Hands by Gordon. She knocked it off Lewis, and the ball will go to Tennessee.
Great defense on Tennessee's part. Not only are they moving their feet, getting position, but they're also utilizing their hands. That's so annoying. Even if you don't get the steal, just to get your hand on the ball, eventually that wears away on the offensive player.
You have to wonder how much pressure Pat Summitt feels, having been here 8 times and coming away without a win.
To be honest with you, Tim, I think she thinks this is her year. I've never seen her so confident in a Final Four.
Nice turnaround jumper by Frost. Tennessee is up 14-13. We have 11 minutes and 15 seconds remaining first half.
A lot of pushing going on inside. Nora Lewis is getting shoved by Bridget Gordon.
Knocked out of bounds, but it will remain Louisiana Tech ball. And we talked about maybe the fast pace of the game Friday night, Louisiana Tech and Texas. Could they be tired?
I don't know if it's tired. I think this is the way they like to play, Tim. Leon Barmore from Louisiana Tech told us he much prefers a Tennessee-style team to a Texas-style. They can play against a transition team, but they prefer this half-court game.
Right now, they just don't look as crisp as they did the other night.
No, you're right. And we discussed this earlier. I don't know that La Tech can keep that intensity level that they had Friday against Texas up for today's game.
Nora Lewis hits her first shot. Now, the foul was on Bridget Gordon. And when these two teams played earlier this year, Bridget Gordon had to sit out 15 minutes of the ball game because of foul trouble.
And Pat Summitt felt that Louisiana Tech's man-to-man defense was the reason Bridget was taken right out of her game. They played her very aggressively.
15-14, Lady Texters. This is Dawn Marsh.
Louisiana Tech still in the man-to-man defense.
Nice steal by Lewis. That's 3 turnovers now for Tennessee. And look at Weatherspoon taking charge. She's an impressive athlete.
She controls the tempo on the entire offense for that Louisiana Tech team. Probably the most consistent player on the team.
Lob pass inside, taken away by Edwards. Here come the Lady Vols. Horton's shot is an air ball. Rebound Frost. She scores and she's fouled, and the foul will go against Angela Lawson.
Very, very important point. Because Tennessee has so many quality post players, they can waste up to 20 fouls to try and get Tori Harrison in foul trouble or frustrated. The strength of this Tennessee team inside is really awesome. Carla Horton throws up a prayer there, but Sheila Frost is right there to help out. Good position on the offensive rebounding. And they've been doing a good job on the offensive boards. Louisiana Tech has to stop them there.
Frost converts the three-point play at 17-15 Tennessee. Knocked out by Frost. Stahl will come in. Lawson will sit down, and there is a timeout on the floor. With the score, Tennessee 17, Louisiana Tech 15. Here at the Ladies Championship game, it's Tennessee 17, Louisiana Tech 15. We have 9:51 remaining first half. It has been a very slow, deliberate game. Nothing really spectacular yet. Both teams have traded baskets, fouls, no real serious problems.
I think that's going to be the story of this entire game, Tim. Last time they played, Tennessee had a season low for first half points with only 24.
Nora Lewis comes off hard, followed by Stahl, who can't convert. Fight for the rebound, and here she is again, Tanya Edwards.
Smart play for a freshman to hold that up. She realized that she did not have the advantage number-wise there and did not force it. Very mature play.
Exactly what Pat Summitt said coming into the ballgame. Tennessee has to play very smart, and they've done that thus far. Dawn Marsh is fouled. And the foul is on Teresa Weatherspoon. That is her first, and 4 team fouls against Louisiana Tech. Tennessee shot only 37% against Louisiana Tech when they met earlier this year.
A lot of that has to be due to Tech's defense.
Quick hands by Weatherspoon. I thought she was going to join us here.
She thought we wanted her for an interview. Just give us an impression of how she feels so far.
Really have to like her. 5'8" junior from Highland, Texas. Started every game since enrolling at Louisiana Tech. There the quick hands again. Loose ball, fight for it, and Bridget Gordon has her shot blocked.
Tech is doing a great job on Bridget Gordon for Tennessee so far. She has been relatively silent the first half of this first half.
Weatherspoon on the baseline. Yes. And we're tied again at 17.
Louisiana Tech is in a 1-1-3 defense with the 3 players in the back trying to prevent the pass into the post player. And now they drop to a 2-3.
Bridget Gordon, who has to be the zone breaker, can't convert. Rebound, Louisiana Tech.
Tennessee sticks with their man-to-man defense.
There is a 5-second call in ladies basketball. And jump ball and possession belongs to Tennessee.
And there you can see the possession arrow. Tennessee picks up the basketball after the hustle of Dawn Marsh to tie that ball up.
Shelly Sexton comes back into the ball game, replacing Dawn Marsh at the point, again changing up to work against Weatherspoon, so fatigue could be a factor there. And Melissa McCrae, number 35, comes into the ball game for the first time for the Lady Vols. There are the quick hands again, almost stolen away by Weatherspoon.
Tim, if Teresa Weatherspoon didn't get tired in the Texas game, which was 40 minutes of transition, I don't think she'll get tired tonight with a half-court game.
And it's the championship game. It's on the line.
That's exactly right.
Sexton for two. 19-17, Tennessee. Harrison wide open at the elbow. Shot is strong, it's long, and it's followed by Stahl.
Good follow by Stahl, but Tori Harrison, Tim, cannot miss those shots. When she has an open shot from the 10 to 12-foot range, she's very capable of making those and needs to this afternoon.
We're under 7 minutes now, first half, and we're tied, 19-19. That is the 4th turnover for Tennessee. You could see a better women's basketball game than we saw Friday when Louisiana Tech beat Texas. It was a transition game, run and gun, both teams extremely hot. Louisiana Tech shot over 70% in the second half, stolen away by Gordon. But my point being, Mimi, this is a very deliberate, slow half-court game, and it seems to have taken some of the crispness off the Lady Texters.
Well, it's just a different style of basketball. The talent, the finesse, the power is still there, Tim, but it's not the transition game that's exciting to watch. It's like an Indiana in the men's versus a UNLV.
Melissa McCray has whistled for a push. She's an outstanding defensive player, perhaps the best on the squad. She was East Tennessee Player of the Year in 1985. So there is timeout on the floor with 6:22 remaining, first half, and our score, 19-19. Tim Brandt and Mimi Griffin with you from the Frank Irwin Event Center on the campus of the University of Texas. This is Teresa Weatherspoon of Louisiana Tech. Yeah, Mimi.
In the last meeting with these two teams, Tech out-rebounded Tennessee 50 rebounds to 33.
Weatherspoon can't convert on the layup. Rebound by Tennessee.
My point being is the trend here is different. I haven't seen a stat for rebounds at this point, but I would guess that Tennessee is beating Tech at this point.
Height-wise, the two teams match up very well. McCray inside to Horton, the turnaround jump hook, and Tennessee has the lead. McCray had a hand on it. A whistle and a foul will be called against Shelly Sexton. That is her second personal.
The good thing about this Tennessee team, they have such depth, they can just keep funneling players in and out and keep everyone fresh. Dawn Marsh and Shelly Sexton at the point are obviously going to become the most fatigued with the kind of pressure that Teresa Weatherspoon puts on them, but because they're able to rest periodically, they should stay fresh most of the game.
We are not into the bonus situation yet. Tennessee has 4 team fouls. They get it into Harrison for the turnaround. Rebound, Dawn Marsh, who just came into the ballgame for Tennessee. The outlet pass. This is Gordon. And she's fouled. When these two teams played last time, not only was Bridget Gordon in foul trouble, they really couldn't free her on the wing, which is critical in Tennessee's attack.
Bridget Gordon is a threat from both the wing and inside. She's strong, but she's also a finesse player and has a great jump shot from the corner.
71% free throw shooter, was the SEC Freshman of the Year last season. First time a freshman has ever started at Tennessee.
She's doing a tremendous job in the tournament as well, Tim. She has raised her point average by 8 points from 16 to 24 for tournament games.
And she hits both ends. So Tennessee now with a 23-19 lead. We're down to the 5-minute mark, first half. Picks up a dribble, 5-second call. No, foul down low, called against Carla Horton. And that'll get Pat Summitt fired up.
I really don't think she minds too much, Tim. She understands what her post players are trying to do inside. Carla Horton is working hard to make the Tech team work inside. And that's a lot of off-the-ball pushing and shoving.
That's somebody's really composed today.
I'm telling you, she's more confident than I've ever seen her.
Weatherspoon looks things over. Tough man-to-man defense. Tori Harrison gets whistled for the foul.
That was excellent weak side help by Carla Horton. She was doing this earlier, and now she's continuing it and drawing the foul on Tori Harrison, which is critical.
Tori Harrison, Carl, with the charge, and she now looks frustrated. Harrison has scored only 4 points, well below her average of 17 points. And she has 2 personal fouls.
Their defense is taking Tori Harrison right out of this game. Tennessee is doing an excellent job inside.
Fight for the rebound, Nora Lewis. Inside to Harrison, turnaround jump shot, not even close. Stahl gets the rebound.
And the thing is, Tim, Tori Harrison turned around, missed that shot, and immediately started talking to the refs. She is really frustrated.
Westbrook watching the ball. And right now, Louisiana Tech looks a little bit flustered. Erica Westbrook, who came off the bench, she is perhaps the most dominant sub in the nation. Could be a starter almost anywhere else, and they need her inside. She will be a key today because she is 6'3", and they need her to bang around with the big Tennessee players. Marsh, nice dish inside.
Tennessee really has their inside game on a roll. Gordon has not been that dominant offensively, and the inside game has picked up the slack.
Sheila Frost now has 9 points. And Melissa McCray has another foul.
Once again, that's a matter of communication. The defense has to help one another out by calling those picks and with enough time that they can either fight over them or slide through.
It's the second personal on McCray.
This is critical with tough man-to-man defense. There was no communication. Dawn Marsh has got to let McCray know that that pick is there to prevent that foul.
That is the 17th foul against Tennessee, so the next time there's a 1-on-1 situation, or a foul rather, away from the shot, will go to the line. And that's what's happening here. Tennessee basketball knocked out of bounds, and Leon Barmore knows right now that his team is not in sync. Largest lead of the game. Tennessee 25, Louisiana Tech 19. This is Bridget Gordon.
I think Louisiana Tech needs a timeout, to be honest with you, Tim. Tennessee definitely has the momentum. They cannot let this Tennessee team get too far ahead of them.
Weatherspoon will rebound Tennessee, and a foul will be called against Stahl.
Very critical. Tech needs a timeout.
A male coach has never won the women's national title. Tennessee has now run off 8 unanswered points.
We talk about fatigue being a factor because La Tech did have a much more strenuous game Friday night against Texas than Tennessee had against Long Beach, because Tennessee was able to slow the game down, whereas La Tech ran with Texas and had a tremendously tough time.
Tanya Edwards now has 7 points. Her average is only 9. She's almost reached that here in the first half. 80% free throw shooter. The lead's now 10.
Defense by Sheila Frost, rather.
Followed by Davis. Won't go, but she's fouled by Dawn Marsh.
There's no question that this Tennessee team is strong inside. Look at the output from the center position there. Frost having 9 points off the bench and Harrison 4 as a starter. And the rebound's different as well.
Davis hits the first one. Stacey Davis is a 6'3" senior from Louisville, Texas, co-captain of this team, has not really found the form she had as a sophomore when she averaged 10 points per game. Now only averages 6.
With Tori Harrison sitting on the bench right now, Tim, I would expect Tennessee to really jam that ball inside and go for all they can with their post scoring right now. Sheila Frost would be an excellent target since she's so good offensively inside.
Tech has only had 1 point now since the 7-11 mark. We're down to 2:34. Rebound to Lewis. Weatherspoon working against Tanya Edwards. Westbrook won't drop. A rebound, Tennessee.
The difference between Westbrooks and Davis, as opposed to Tori Harrison, is Harrison does not hesitate offensively for Louisiana Tech, whereas Westbrook does, and you saw it there.
Carlo Horton's basket makes it 31-20 Tennessee. 1 minute, 45 seconds remain first half. Louisiana Tech ice cold. Bodies flying everywhere. The foul will be called on Bridget Gordon. That's her second personal foul. That tells the story.
And Tennessee just keeps shuttling players in and out. They're not even breathing hard.
Paulette Stahl is only a 38% free throw shooter. Outstanding volleyball player, but she hasn't been much from the free throw line. She does hit this one. That pulls the Lady Techsters to within 10. She has 5 brothers and 3 sisters. That'll make it competitive.
Nothing like growing up in a big family, Tim. I can say that from experience.
Survival of the fittest. Tanya Edwards, left side, has the baseline. And she's called for a charge. That's Tanya Edwards' second personal foul. We've got 1 minute, 20 seconds remaining first half. Tennessee leads 31-22 over Louisiana Tech. It's the NCAA Women's Championship game.
Tennessee stays in their man-to-man pressure defense.
Nice pass inside to Lewis, and Lewis can't hit the layup.
Because of the weak side defense, Tennessee is doing an excellent job helping out one another inside on weak side defense.
Oh, Mimi, she was free that time, though.
Someone was coming running over there. Probably distracted her.
She heard the footsteps. Great hustle by Weatherspoon, but the Spoon can't keep it in bounds. She does have quick hands and quick feet.
Will be with us at halftime, Tim, with a lot of interesting stories and background on women's basketball.
Going to take a look at the doctor. Not the doctor that you may be thinking of. And also we'll get a report on the championship game from New Orleans. 33-22 Tennessee. The Lady Techsters now 0 for 10 in their last 10 shots. Hits. 5 seconds. And that'll do it. The end of the first half with the score, Tennessee 33, Louisiana Tech 24. CBS Sports coverage of the NCAA Women's Basketball Championship will continue after these messages and a word from your local station. 68. It has come down to one half from the Irwin Event Center in Austin, Texas. It's the Women's NCAA Basketball Championship game. And hello again, everybody. I'm Tim Brandt along with Mimi Griffin. And Mimi, the thing that's startling about the first half to me is that the Lady Texters went 8 for 16 in the first 13 minutes, but then could only convert 1 of their final 11 shots for 9% from the field, and they're not getting much production inside from the big people.
I think a lot of that has to do with the Tennessee post defense, and plus the fact Tori Harrison is on the bench, Tim. Louisiana Tech has to have Tori in the game if they're going to come back and beat this Tennessee team.
Tennessee leads this game 33-24. And Sheila Frost has come off the Tennessee bench, and she has scored 9 points. And Tanya Edwards at the guard position has scored 8. That's just 1 below her average. One
of the things I want to say about Sheila Frost, she is excellent offensively, and she's doing a great job inside on a post defense. When she came in for Spinks early on and guarded Tori Harrison, she did a great job, but was also getting a lot of help inside from people like Carla Horton on the weak side defense.
And another telltale sign that Tennessee has dominated inside. More than half of the volunteer points have come from inside the paint in the lane, the high percentage shots. So there is 20 minutes left. Which team will get the ring? Tennessee in their orange. The Lady Texters in white.
An interesting point, Tim, is in their last meeting during the season, Tennessee only had a total of 6 offensive rebounds. In this first half, they've had 7 already, which I think is a very big key to the fact that they are leading right now in this game.
And Louisiana Tech trailing is 0-2 when they've trailed at the half. Weatherspoon takes it across the timeline. Lawson to Harrison. Air ball. Rebound, Tennessee.
Tech is in their man-to-man defense. Now let's see if Tennessee goes to Kathy Spinks, who Tori Harrison is guarding, to try and get her out of the game.
Shelly Sexton almost throws it away. It's saved, and they get the ball to Tanya Edwards.
Kathy Spinks is number 11, so let's see if they go to her. There she gets the shot off.
Rebound Harrison puts the ball on the floor, and there's a foul, and it will be against Kathy Spinks.
Not a smart foul. Kathy Spinks was out of position. Tori Harrison clearly had the rebound. There was no reason to contest that.
Kathy Spinks has improved dramatically since her freshman year and continues to perform best in big game situations. She was voted the most improved player at Tennessee in 1985. 1 minute gone, second half. Tennessee leads 33-24. Great idea, but they can't convert. Weatherspoon couldn't handle it, loses it out of bounds, and it'll be Tennessee basketball.
You know, Tim, I would like to see Louisiana Tech maybe run more. They're capable of being a transition team, as they showed us Friday night. Their half-court game is not working because Tennessee's doing a great job against Tori Harrison inside. I'd like to see them get a spark through their transition game.
Isn't it easier, though, Mimi, to slow it down rather than to pick up the pace?
Oh, there's no question that it's easier, but when you're down like this in a national championship game, you better draw from deep down within and come up with it somehow.
Shelly Sexton with that jumper boosts the Tennessee lead to 11. Nora Lewis hits. Nora Lewis is a player. She was the National High School Player of the Year in '85, and while she was attending Peoria's Richwood High, the team went 119 wins and just 5 losses. Bridget Gordon. Rebound Spinks, power move, and banks it in. Leon Barmore wants a timeout. The Lady Texters take it. And we've got 17:56 remaining in the half. 37-26 Tennessee. 17:56 remaining here at the Irwin Center. The women's championship game, Tennessee leads 37-26 over Louisiana Tech. But the Lady Texters have the ball. This is Saritza Weatherspoon. Harrison is fouled by Spinks.
We talked about the game being played inside the paint today. Here's the front line scoring. Tennessee obviously has the edge there, with Tori Harrison having sat out a lot of the first half. Again, let's make the point there that Tennessee has so many quality post players, they can waste some fouls on Tori Harrison to try and get her either off her game, in foul trouble, or frustrated. And I think they've done a good job of doing all three in the first half.
Harrison goes into the Louisiana Tech record books as the career leader in shot blocker. She is 4th on the all-time scoring list, 6th in rebounds. Simply a great player at Tech. 37-28, Tennessee.
Tech is in a 2-3 zone with Teresa Weatherspoon putting a lot of pressure on the guard as she brings the ball up.
Gordon's shot from the corner. Gets her own rebound. Now very wisely gets it back outside to Sexton. This is Tanya Edwards, and she is hot. Edwards now has 10 points.
Pat Summitt talks about Tanya Edwards possibly being the best guard ever to play for Tennessee, which is an incredible feat considering some of the names that they've sent through that school.
Tennessee by 11, and you're right. Louisiana Tech has to pick up the pace. Nora Lewis is fouled inside by Bridget Gordon. And that is Gordon's 3rd personal. And that's critical.
It's critical, but not in this game because Bridget is not that much of a factor offensively for Tennessee today. Yes, she was Friday night, but everyone inside is really picking up the scoring slack, and especially Tanya Edwards on the outside has done a tremendous job.
Nonetheless, Bridget Gordon is still the leader in scoring for Tennessee, averaging 17 points a game. Lewis misses the first one. She's only a 60% free throw shooter. National High School Player of the Year in 1985.
You know, the team is only 59% from the line, which is very poor.
The lead is down to 10, 16:54 remaining.
Tech in a 2-3 zone.
Playing for the national championship ring. Sexton. A long rebound. Harrison has it for the Texters. Tori Harrison with the turnaround jumper, and it goes. 39-31.
Louisiana Tech does such a nice job of isolating the post player down low and getting her the ball. They reverse the ball very well and then get it into the post.
Harrison now has 8 points, Mimi. She has to become more of a factor. Rebound, Louisiana Tech. Weatherspoon working the point. Stolen away by Gordon, and there's a foul called on Stahl.
Tim, that was a very big play right there. Louisiana Tech had a chance to grab that momentum and keep it in their court. Instead, Bridget Gordon came out of nowhere and just took the ball out of the point guard's hands. Here's the steal. Bridget Gordon, heads-up play here, just takes it right from Teresa Weatherspoon. That was big because the momentum was definitely shifting towards Tech.
39-31, Tennessee. Sheila Frost has come back into the ball game for the Lady Vols. Rebound Texters and a whistle underneath, and it's going to be called against whom? Tori Harrison. That is her 3rd.
Now you want to talk about a critical foul, Tim. They cannot have Tori Harrison sit on the bench this second half.
Horton with the rebound. Shot blocked. Whistle, jump ball, possession belongs to Tennessee.
That arrow means Tennessee retains possession of the basketball.
So Tori Harrison leads the ball game, and she has not been much of a factor here.
And you can see the frustration on her face right there.
Erica Westbrook comes in, replaces her.
Pat Summitt put number 12, Sheila Frost, in the game, I think for some offensive power.
Shelley Sexton. And the lead's back to 10.
This is a good chance for Tennessee to extend their lead. Tori Harrison is on the bench. Sheila Frost is in offensively for them.
5 minutes gone, second half. Westbrook, reverse layup. She's fouled by Frost. Sheila Frost, 6'4" sophomore, picks up her first personal, and it is the 4th team foul on Tennessee.
Leon Barmore mentioned that Westbrook was going to be a key in this game. She only got to play 6 minutes Friday night. She's averaging over 18 minutes a game, but did not get much playing time Friday night.
She's a 70% free throw shooter, but can't convert the first one. She has one more coming. Averages 8.6 rebounds a game. Sexton with a rebound.
Shelly Sexton is doing a great job penetrating the seams of that 2-3 zone, going right down the middle and opening up the middle for Sheila Frost inside.
Nice hook by Sheila Frost. Looked like Clyde Leveillette, 6'4" sophomore from Pulaski, Tennessee. 43-31. Frost has 11 points off the bench. Here's Shelly Sexton with the steal. Rebound Westbrook.
Now Tennessee has to be smart. They have a lead here. There's no reason to take a 1-on-3 shot like Shelly just did.
Lawson hits, and she's been rather silent this afternoon.
And she was a big factor in Friday night's game.
That's her first bucket. Three-time All-State at Longview High School here in Texas. The lead is 10.
Tech is still in that 2-3 zone. The key to this 2-3 zone is to attack the seams, just like Shelly Sexton did earlier.
Tennessee just controlling the boards.
That's what I mean by the seams, where Tanya Edwards just dribbled into.
Gord for 2.
What happens when you attack those seams is you usually get 2 people to play you, which opens up another player on the floor, as it did in that instance.
45-33. Lawson again. Way off. Rebound Frost. Look at that. Tennessee has gone cold. Louisiana Tech shot 9% for the last 7 minutes in the first half.
Tech needs a timeout. Tim, I don't know that they can get much further behind and come back. If they're not going to run, you can't do it in the half-court game.
There's the timeout. Sexton from long range has made it 47-33 Tennessee. We've got 12:45 remaining, and this is what they're playing for. 12 minutes, 45 seconds. The winner takes this one home. The Kodak All-American team.
And there's Sue Wicks from Rutgers, Shelly Pennefather from Villanova, and included in that group is Katrina McClain, who was also the champion player of the year. Here's a complete listing of the Kodak All-America team for 1987. Some excellent, excellent talent.
4 of those players were here at the Final Four. Katrina McClain, yesterday named the Player of the Year.
Right, the champion player of the year. Sue Wicks for Rutgers, what an excellent, excellent year she had. And Shelly Pennefather, her first year, won the Kodak All-America team, as well as Andrea Lloyd.
And there's Pat Summitt. 13 years, she's had 11 consecutive seasons of 20 or more wins. And maybe this will be the year. Pat Summitt's 8th trip to the Final Four. She has yet to win, but she's in control here, 47-33 over Louisiana Tech.
Tim, from the moment I arrived in Austin on Tuesday, I noticed that Pat was much more calm and more confident than at any other Final Four I've seen.
Sexton again from long range. This time she can't hit. Nora Lewis with the rebound and the foul against Horton. And I'll tell you, tempers are getting hot.
It's frustration, Tim. The Tennessee team is playing their game plan exactly the way they want to. They have plenty of fouls to waste inside, and they've been doing it all night. And it's got to frustrate the people who are the brunt of that attack, who are Tori Harrison, Nora Lewis, and Stacey Davis.
Tennessee has 5 team fouls. Louisiana Tech 2. Andrea Lawson working against Sexton. Inside to Harrison, and she can't control the pass.
Teresa Weatherspoon is trying to make sure her players don't get discouraged. They need to make a run here. I mentioned earlier that I think they need to get into a transition game. I don't think they can come back from 14 down in a half-court game.
Obvious concern shown on Leon Barmore's face. Tennessee leads 47-33. 11 minutes and 45 seconds remain. Tanya Edwards works the baseline. Shot partially blocked, but the follow by Frost, and she's fouled.
That was a big rebound by Sheila Frost. Excellent position inside. Once again, Tennessee needs to be patient at this point. They've got a 14-point lead. They have the ball. Use the clock. Work for a good shot. They've been able to pick apart that 2-3 zone earlier. There's no reason why they can't do it now.
Pat Summitt calls her the Intimidator. She has 54 blocks this season. Misses the first one. A member of the 1976 Olympic team, Pat Summitt became head coach at Tennessee at the age of 22. Frost misses them both. And here come the Lady Texters. Stalled. 47-35.
Tech back into the man-to-man defense rather than the 2-3 zone.
Turnaround jump shot. A rebound. Louisiana Tech. A whistle. And the foul is called against Tech. It'll be on Davis.
Tennessee's doing a nice job getting position underneath both offensively and defensively for the rebounds.
First personal on Stacey Davis. 4th team foul for Louisiana Tech. Tennessee being very patient, melting the clock. This is Horton. 49-35. Tennessee starting to pull away. The foul on Tanya Edwards. That is her 3rd personal.
Tim, Tech can't trade baskets. This isn't good enough going back and forth, up and down the floor, trading baskets. They're 14 points behind. Something has to spark them here. They have only 10 minutes left, 10:46 in the game.
One more foul, and Tennessee will be over the limit. Paulette Stahl inside to Harrison. Turnaround jump shot, no. I wonder why Harrison doesn't go toward the basket when she shoots instead of falling away all the time.
I don't think Tori likes the contact as much as the centers in the past at Louisiana Tech have. People like a Janice Lawrence or a Pam Kelly. Tori is more a finesse player.
Reaching in by Weatherspoon. That's her 2nd. 5th team foul for Louisiana Tech. Very quiet crowd here. 10,000 in attendance, we're told. The Coliseum is sold out for the Final Four and for the championship game, but because Texas lost on Friday night, a lot of the Texas fans opted to stay home. Dawn Marsh will come back into the ball game. Melissa McCray will leave for Tennessee. Another ball handler to join Tanya Edwards. And Shelley Sexton will sit down. There's Dawn Marsh.
Tennessee remains in their tough man-to-man defense. It's been very effective for them all afternoon.
Davis can't find the handle. Horton takes it away. And Bridget Gordon loses it at the other end.
You know, you can tell that Bridget Gordon is anxious to start doing something offensively. She was held to 6 points in the first half, which is well below her average.
In 4 years of high school, Bridget Gordon averaged 31 points and 15 rebounds a game.
Not bad stats.
Says she studies Michael Jordan. Tori Harrison's called with a walk. I don't think she ever had possession. Nonetheless, it's a turnover, and Tennessee with the lead. 49-35 is in control of the ball as well.
And the frustration is written all over their face.
A male coach has never won the women's national title. Davis with the rebound. The outlet pass to Witherspoon. She's still not anxious to push it up. Pass underneath. And now you have to wonder how much fatigue factor is involved here, because this Louisiana Tech really played a run and gun game the other night against Texas.
Tim, you had both Nora Lewis and Teresa Witherspoon, number 11, play 40 minutes. Nora Lewis has never played 40 minutes in a game at Tech. Teresa has, but fatigue has to be a factor with them right now.
There were many that felt that that was the national championship team played Friday night between Louisiana Tech and Texas. Texas being the defending national champion, #1 in the nation, top seed in the tournament.
It was certainly a tremendous display of basketball.
But a lot of people forgot about Tennessee. Turnover, and there's Pat Summitt.
You can't ever forget about Pat Summitt. Let me tell you, she has an incredibly successful record at Tennessee.
The Lady Vols are 27-6 this year. The only non-conference losses were to top-ranked Texas during the regular season and Louisiana Tech. Nice pass inside. This is Gordon. Pump fake. She's fouled by Harrison. And that is number 4.
Tim, Pat Summitt has called this team this year her surprise team. Never before has a Tennessee team started out so strong. They won their first 8 games, which is very unusual for them. Normally a Tennessee team starts out slow and peaks at the end of the year. This year they came out like gangbusters, stumbled midway through the year, and then grew stronger as the tournament progressed.
Bridget Gordon bounces it around and in. 15-point Tennessee lead. Lewis with the rebound. Time is a definite factor. 8 minutes, 12 seconds remain. Colette Stone's jumper around the rim, falls out, rebound. Tennessee, and here comes Bridget Gordon on the transition. Frost with the follow, and the foul on Frost for coming over the back.
You just knew Bridget Gordon was going to go up with that shot. She wants to score. She has not scored her average, and she wants to get up there. And regardless of whether or not she should have taken it, she was going for that basket.
7th team foul against Tennessee. So we'll shoot 1 and 1. Women's basketball certainly has come a long way since the 2-dribble pass and restrictions on half court.
I'll tell you, just as an example, with one of the coaches that we have here in this game, with Pat Summitt, when she started at Tennessee, she coached, was as a graduate assistant, also went to classes full-time, and taught classes, and still had a 16-8 record. That's incredible.
Just a tough day for Louisiana Tech.
Tough day for Bridget Gordon.
But a good day for Tanya Edwards. She doesn't get the shot to drop, but she is fouled. That's 4 personal fouls on Stahl now. And so Tanya Edwards will go to the line.
Tanya Edwards at the line. 2 shots.
She was telling me on the boat the other night when we took that trip with the women. She comes from a family of a lot of T's. Tamara, Terry, Todd, Teresa, Timothy, and herself, Tanya. Looks just like the guys. Look at that.
Look at the routine she has at the at the foul line, rather. She spins the ball twice, dribbles it a couple times. We all have our idiosyncrasies, huh, Tim?
Witherspoon, 9 points first half, second point scoreless. She could be tired. Here comes Tanya Edwards. Pushes it up quickly, then very wisely brings it out. The clock is an ally to the Lady Vols. Weatherspoon with the block. That is her third personal foul.
You have to give Teresa Weatherspoon credit, though. She is not giving up at all. She's still putting tremendous pressure on the ball handler. And a reaching foul like that could be an indication of her fatigue.
Chambliss comes in. Weatherspoon will take a rest. And Dawn Marsh is at the line, shooting 1-1 for Tennessee. She earned the second half. Dawn Marsh shattered the freshman and sophomore assist records. She now has over 200 this season, so she is well on her way to becoming the all-time assist leader at Tennessee. .54-35, Lady Vols. Time remaining in the ball game. Again, Tennessee gets a steal.
Good move by Bridget Gordon. They know they need to use the clock, be patient. 19-point lead. There's no reason to rush down the floor.
Uncharacteristically, that's 18 turnovers for Louisiana Tech. This is Horton, knocked out of bounds by Stahl.
One of the things about the style of these two teams, they are very similar. In their last game, Tech only had an opportunity to get off 57 field goal attempts, and they normally get off 70. Because both teams are slow down half court, neither of them gets off as many shots as they're averaging.
Weatherspoon comes back into the ball game, replacing Melinda Chambliss.
4 seconds on the shot clock.
Turnaround by Tanya Edwards. Here comes the spoon. Penetrates. The foul is on Edwards.
Teresa Weatherspoon's trying to do something to spark this team.
I was just going to say, I think she realizes now with 6:21 remaining in the ball game, she has to make something happen, and happen quickly.
It's a shame she didn't realize it with 12 minutes left on the clock. They would have had a better chance, I think.
54-35, Tennessee.
You cannot come from behind 19 points with 6 minutes to go in a half-court game.
Teresa Weatherspoon, all 9 points today, came in the first half. She started every game since enrolling at Louisiana Tech. 96 straight. And she played on the U.S. teams, which won gold medals at the Goodwill Games in Moscow and the World Championships. .54-37 with 6:15 remaining in the ball game. It's been all Tennessee. Gordon still can't get the roll.
Tim, you gotta like the chances of both these teams for next year as well. Each only has 2 seniors.
What about Texas? Look at Texas had 5 freshmen.
I know, this was their rebuilding year and they made it to the Final Four. What is it going to be like when they actually come on strong again?
Can't tell you how impressed I was with Clarissa Davis of Texas.
And it was nice to see Andrea Lloyd have a very strong tournament and finally make the Kodak All-American team. She is a much deserving athlete, and many thought should have made it a few years ago.
With women's basketball being showcased only once a year for the most part, I've got to believe Friday night's 16,000 plus here at the Irwin Center is a major catalyst for the sport.
Well, the University of Texas does an incredible job. They're averaging over 5,000 a game. Their home attendance is over 5,000 a game. They outdraw their men's team. They just have a tremendous following. At the East Regional, their boosters chartered a plane and brought a few hundred people to Fayetteville, North Carolina.
The obvious concern on the Louisiana Tech bench. 5 minutes, 45 seconds remain with Tennessee leading 54-37, and Dawn Marsh, nice dish back to Gordon. She can't handle it, but scores on the turnaround.
I think Teresa Weatherspoon at this point, Tim, is trying to do too much herself. She's got to use the other 4 players in the court.
Nora Lewis. Tori Harrison with the follow, and she's fouled by Carla Horton. That is the third personal on Horton.
Carla's having a hard time believing that one.
Boy, she is a tough player, though. Usually draws the top defensive assignment.
She thinks she got hit in the chin herself there.
Carla's high school team wore orange and white, and they were called the Vols, so she's been a Vol for a long time.
This Tech team as well right now, Tim, is that they're not able to press either, and I don't know if that's just fatigue, but they really don't press all year, which is certainly a detriment at this point when you need to come back from the deficit that they've needed to come back from.
Under 5 minutes now. Horton in the lane. Well, let's stall with a rebound. Lewis working on Bridget Gordon. Fight for the rebound again. Harris can't get it. Lewis fights, and it's taken back by Horton. Tremendous inside game by Tennessee. Marsh tried to take it in with the big folks, and Tori Harrison just knocked it out of bounds.
Tori Harrison said, don't bring that stuff in here. But it's too little too late.
Well, I don't know what the call is, but it's got Pat Summitt a little bit excited on the sidelines.
I think what happened is Tori Harrison blocked that shot out of bounds, and yet they called it La Tech ball.
Well, it'll be Louisiana Tech's ball when we come back, trailing 56-37. We've got 4:19 remaining.
Louisiana Tech has only had 13 field goal attempts this half. They had 27 in the first half. That is a tremendous tribute to the Tennessee defense.
Nora Lewis to Weatherspoon. Knocked out of bounds by Sexton. Quick hands. It'll still be the Lady Techsters' ball. Tori Harrison with the turnaround. Nice follow by Stahl. 56-39.
Now they put the full court pressure on Louisiana Tech. Not very effective, however.
Dawn Marsh working on Weatherspoon. The clock now an ally, the Lady Vols. Harrison with the rebound. This is where the three-point shot could help in ladies basketball, and that play was just ruled into this game, a women's game, yesterday. So when you see women's basketball next year, the three-point shot will be in the game. Steal by Weatherspoon.
Now that layup was fatigue. Teresa Weatherspoon does not miss layups.
3 minutes remain.
Tim, Pat Summitt is not going to let this one slip away. She's going to coach this game to the end. She's been pacing the sideline the entire game.
Maybe Bridget Gordon now has 13 points, so you're right. She's trying to get up to her average. She averages 17.
She's been having such a tremendous tournament that when you come into a game like this and all of a sudden you want to play your best and haven't been able to, you press a little bit to do something offensively.
Nora Lewis answers at the other end, and it's a 17-point lead for Tennessee.
Tennessee doing a nice job being patient, using the clock.
Totally different type of game than we saw Friday night.
Well, it's a different style. Both these teams like this half-court style. Tonight, or this afternoon rather, Tennessee was better at it. During the season, La Tech just dominated Tennessee.
Played so well Friday night. Upset top-ranked Texas here on the home floor.
Leon Barmer told us the toughest thing he had to do with the team after that win was convince them that that wasn't the championship game, Tim. To come in here, beat the defending national champion, #1 seed on their home floor in front of 16 very partisan fans was an incredible feat.
Carlo Horton hits the second shot. He also told us how sore and stiff his club was yesterday afternoon. And I think we've seen that here today.
That's the third foul call on a pick that was not communicated by the Tennessee defense. It's a good way to get someone hurt.
Tanya Edwards comes back into the ball game for Tennessee. Shelly Sexton goes out. Shelly Sexton has had some leg cramps, so she'll sit down and rest a little bit.
This is unusual for Tennessee not to communicate well. Shelly Sexton runs right into Tori Harrison. Sheila Frost has got to let Shelly know the pick is there.
8 points on the day for Tori Harrison. Not a typical Harrison afternoon. Jump ball called. Possession goes to Tennessee, so the Lady Vols will control the ball. We're down to 2 minutes and 3 seconds in the ball game, and it looks like Tennessee will win the title. And for Pat Summitt, after 8 trips to the Final Four, she will finally take home the trophy. Marsh hit from behind by Weatherspoon.
Pat did not consider themselves a favorite coming into this Final Four. As a matter of fact, the only Final Four she felt they were capable of winning was in '84 when Mary Ostrowski and Tanya Have were on that team. She felt it was the Fabulous Five. They played tournament championship basketball for 36 minutes, and then USC and Cheryl Miller came out of nowhere and took it right from them.
Thought it was interesting when I asked Pat yesterday if she felt any pressure, having been here so many times and gone away empty, and she said absolutely not. We were never favored.
In her mind, they were never favored. I think the pressure is inevitable when you make it to the Final Four that many times, and I think Pat has done a tremendous job with this team this year. She ended up benching some of her starters during tournament games to try and get them more motivated in this NCAA tournament, and it's worked.
Dawn Marsh leaves the ball game perfect from the line. 4 for 4 in the afternoon. 6 points. Tennessee with a 20-point lead, 1:45 remaining in the ball game. The NCAA Championship is going to Knoxville. And they can feel it now. Sexton to Gordon. Back to Sexton, inside. The turnaround Frost. And they get the roll all afternoon.
They knew when they beat Long Beach on Friday night, Tim, that the championship was theirs. That was a tremendous game plan to slow down the highest scoring team in the nation, and they did it very effectively.
It's another team that was impressive. Long Beach State averages over 90 points a game.
96, I believe, and to watch Penny Toller perform and Cindy Brown underneath was a real show.
Lisa Webb comes into the ball game now, as does Jennifer Tuggle for Tennessee. Bridget Gordon leaves the game. And Tori Harrison will sit down. Tori Harrison now leaves with her 5th personal foul, but the story is Tennessee. And look at Bridget Gordon and Melissa McCray.
Tim, earlier was a picture of Pat hugging her only, or one of her only 2 seniors, Shelly Sexton. Only 1 senior starter for this Tennessee team.
Webb, who just came into the ball game. So now everybody is jumping into the celebration. Lisa Webb is quite a story. She was a sophomore sensation, led the team in scoring, but then she hurt her knee. And she received an artificial ligament implant and unfortunately has not been able to reach the form that she once had. But here she is now in the national championship game, scoring a bucket and at the line. Under a minute. And Nora Lewis is fouled. She'll go to the line.
These are two of the top teams and top programs in women's basketball. Tim, they have a tremendous history. Louisiana Tech has been in the top 10, the AP top 10 for 147 consecutive weeks, dating back to January 16th of '79. It's the longest streak in Division I.
Don't forget, coming up after this championship game, we'll have the Tournament Players Championship from the TPC. .40 seconds remain. Tennessee leads 66-42. Tanya Edwards called for a carry. Good looking move, though.
If it were legal, it's a good looking move.
Pat Summitt now telling her team no fouls. 35 seconds remain. Tennessee beat Tennessee Tech, beat Virginia, beat Auburn, and beat Long Beach State here in the Final Four. Now they've taken Louisiana Tech down in the championship, and it belongs to Pat Summitt and the Lady Vols. That'll be 5 personal fouls on Teresa Weatherspoon, and she too will sit down and join Tori Harrison with too many personals.
She's getting a standing ovation, and a well-deserved standing ovation from this crowd.
She leads with 11 points, but she only had 2 in this half. What a game Tanya Edwards has had. She now has 13 points. That's above her average, but she has controlled the tempo of the game. She's been the solidifying force for Tennessee.
Tim, when they introduced her, you could see her sitting on the bench with this big grin on her face like this was just another day in the park for her. She came out strong from the opening tip.
Rebound Tennessee. Littlejohn has it out to Tanya Edwards. We've got 7 seconds remaining. Lisa Webb misses the layup, but that'll do it. Tennessee has won the national championship. Pat Summitt, she's been here 8 times, and she finally has the win. 13 years at Tennessee, 11 consecutive seasons of 20 or more wins.